Hi guys, it's Sherry. Today we will be working on these really cool wooden earrings that I got. So I got these wood blanks and I'll leave a link in my description area for you. But I painted them yellow ahead of time because I didn't want to basically wait for them to completely dry. And another thing that I ended up doing ahead of time was I cut out little seeds and baked them. So I used some clay for that. And then I rolled that out and then I just took this little micro cutter and it looks like a raindrop. And then I just, basically took my clay and then stuck it in the oven at the recommended time and temperature. So I have all that ready. So one of the things I want to do before we start the resin process is I have this white acrylic marker, and you can see I painted the inside white and then I did it all around yellow. So what I want to do is I actually want to take my white marker and just go around the edges and kind of just bring that little section out. So I'm just going to trace the front and the back like this. And it doesn't have to be perfect. Just get it the best that you can. So like if you can't get the very edge of it or the very bottom, it's okay. It won't be the end of the world, so to speak. Just get it the best that you can. So you see, very easy. And then I'll get the back part as well. Okay, and give that some time to dry because once we put the tape on, we don't want that wet paint to like smear or anything like that. So we definitely want our pieces to dry, and our acrylic marker dries pretty quick. Next, I like to get my little sticky mat. And then my resin tape. And I don't need a lot of this because I'm only doing 2 earrings here. Ugh, it's sticking to my hand here. There we go. All right, now I know that's dry because it's not coming off on my finger. So you want to make sure you either have, one side. We want to make it a double-sided one. So make sure they're facing the opposite direction. And I like to use my little acrylic block. Kind of just press it down, make sure it's on there well, so no resin seeps out. And I'm going to get my UV resin. And this is just like a little ketchup container that I got. So I'm filling that up about, I say a little bit about a quarter of the way. And then I have my lemon yellow. And I want this to be really light colored. So I'm only going to do 2 drops initially and then kind of test it out and see what I think of it. So I get my little stirrer. You don't want it to be too dark because you want to be able to see your seeds. And that looks really pretty. Okay, so I know I have that mixed well. Next, I have my little squeezy, what do you call this, dropper. I have my dropper. And I'm actually going to use my dropper. This way I know that I am going to stay within those little spaces. I know I have a bigger one somewhere that'll make my life much, much easier. But let's start with this one. So I'm just going to put a little bit down initially. Let me see if I can find my bigger one. Okay, so this one will work much better. And I just want to get a little bit on the bottom here. Let me just spread that a bit. All right, and then you're gonna get your little tweezers and you're gonna start getting your little seeds and you're gonna place them right in there. Don't worry about placing them exact right now. Just get them in there. And I made a bunch of these because I'm going to be doing different kinds and different styles of using the same mold. But I really want to kind of start with the lemon, so that is what I am going to show you today. All right, now I'm going to get my resin stick again, and I'm just going to press those down and kind of get them in the position that I want them to be in. Okay, now I'm going to fill them up completely. And I'm going to stop right at the top. I do not want to overflow this at all, and that's one of the reasons why I wanted my dropper. All right. Now keep the rest because we are going to resin the outside, but we're going to brush it on. But I want such a thin coat on the outside that, and I want these to kind of be sticking up, and I'll show you that once it's done. So I am going to put my lighter over this, make sure that if there's any bubbles, they're popped. And now I'm going to put this in underneath my UV light for 4 minutes. Okay guys, so now my piece is out from my light. So my next step is I want to pull it, and now I'm going to put it upside down. And you can see, unfortunately, I did get bubbles in here, and I'm not sure why, but I did. So now I want to put this under my UV light this direction, and I'm going to put this under for about 4 minutes as well. Okay, so my piece is now out of the oven, or out of the oven, I'm sorry. So my piece now is out from the UV light, and we are going to carefully peel this back. And the reason we do the back side is because sometimes the UV lights don't go all the way through. So to do the back side, you know that it's going to cure your piece all the way. Look how cool that is. Now, unfortunately, I did get some bubbles, but I'm all right with that. These are for me. If I was making ones to sell, you want to kind of make sure they don't have the bubbles. There we go. All right, and I did get a little bit of spillage here. So what I am going to do is just take my, there we go. Let's get my pliers and take that piece off. And there, look how beautiful those look. I really like those. So now, I don't know if you can see, these are kind of bubbled out, which is, now this side is like really flat. I'm hoping you can see the difference. So that side is flat, and this side is more like kind of bubbled out a bit. That's what I wanted for my pieces. So now I'm just going to take the little bit that I have left, and I am going to take my paintbrush, and I want to take a tiny bit of my shimmer. And I'm just going to take a very small amount, put that in there, try to get as much off. Look how beautiful and sparkly that is. Did you see how little I used? I'm just going to take my acrylic block and then very carefully just go over my entire piece here. Now this will help protect my paint on my wood. It will also give it a beautiful shine. And I'm putting a thin coat on. So now I will do the front, the back, and the sides all in this glitter. And all I have to do now is put this under the light for about, I'm going to say 2 minutes total I'm going to do. And it probably doesn't even need that long, but I'm going to put it under for 2 minutes. And then I'll do the sides and the back. All right, my pieces are completely cured. They're ready to go. I mean, look how beautiful these look. Is that not really nice? And with the glitter, it hides all those little bubbles that were in there. So I'm not sure if you could see, but like right there were my bubbles, and you could barely see them now. So putting that little thin coat of glitter on kind of helped hide them a bit. Now over here, you can see them a little bit more, but that's the back of the earring. And you could have filled those in if you added more resin to that, because it almost had like a little dip, if that makes sense. But I just think these are fabulous. I absolutely love these. I think they're fun. So to finish these off, all we are going to do is add our jump rings. I'm actually going to use my oval jump rings. So I'm going to open them up. And then get my fish hooks here. And I always like to take the bottom loop here and just carefully turn it. If you do it too fast, you will break it. Also, you don't have to do this if you just go and add another jump ring. Oh. All right, so I'm going to show you. This actually got resin in it. So I will take my drill bit here, and I am just going to reopen that. And now I have my hole open. So very, very easy. Don't try to force your jump ring in, because it's just not going to work. So just take your drill and just reopen the hole. So there you go. I mean, it's simple and easy, and I absolutely love these blanks. I mean, how great are these? These are going to be my limes. I'm also going to be doing oranges. So I'm going to make a few videos using these wood blanks, because I just think they're fabulous. Each one will be slightly different to give you kind of some ideas of what you could do. So the link is in the description area. So this way, when you order them, you have more than one tutorial to go with. So have a beautiful day, guys, and I will see you next time. Bye.